Hey, what's going on, you little pinkies? This is a Respawn Aim Fire, a BARF episode, Backlog Accomplishment with Respawn and Friends, where we take a game that maybe we haven't played in a while, maybe we've never played at all, something from the backlog, or just laying around on a supposed emulator and play it for your review, to review it and have a good time. This month, you guys voted for it. It took us 2 months to play it. We played Super Mario Galaxy 2. Did I pick this because I just saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie in theaters? Absolutely. But joining me today is my Luigi to my Princess Peach. Chad Michael.
That's Luigi to me.
Is that what he sounds
kind of
like?
Close to Wario.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna win.
You know what's really crazy? I was just thinking about this the other day. This has nothing to do with Mario, right? We know Chris Pratt is Mario, right?
Right.
We know
always.
Charlie Day is Luigi, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know those two guys were both in the Lego movies together? Did you ever think about that?
Oh, that's right. Charlie Day was the spaceship.
He's a spaceship guy. And then, Chris Pratt was Emmett. That's the only reason he got the job, of what I heard. Charlie Day, no one likes working with him, but Chris Pratt looked out for him. So don't make fun of Chris Pratt every time you're talking about
Who says they don't like working with Charlie Day?
I'm just kidding. I'm absolutely being a little shit. But yeah, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is a 2010 platform game developed and published by Nintendo for the original Wii. Not the version we played. It was announced at E3 2009. It's a direct sequel to Super Mario Galaxy, which is very rare for Mario games. Normally, for the 3D platformers, we normally don't get exact sequels. You go out in space, and you jump around, and there's gravity, and you go to different universes, and you play the game. You can also play as Yoshi in this one as well. It also was re-released for Nintendo Switch on October 2nd, 2025, which was the version I did play. And there was a Switch to 4K upgrade as well. So that's the basics, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Chad, I have never played 1 or 2 of this video game. So for me, it's all brand new and everything. But I need to know, what is your history? Because I feel like you're a man who's played all these video games before.
I have played both of these games in the past on the Nintendo Wii. Can you believe that it's been 19 years since Mario Galaxy 1 came out?
Oh, I hope that's not true. I'm gonna click on
2007. November.
Oh my god,
2007.
and it's 2026. Oh, that's awful. Oh Lord.
Yeah, so I played both of these on the Wii when they came out, but I have not touched them since, because I haven't owned a Wii since 2012. But I did buy the Nintendo Switch 1+2 remakes of both of them when those came out. And I played through Mario Galaxy 1 just on my own a few months ago. Just because I was like, oh man, I'm going to play this before the movie and just like re-experience it, because I haven't played it in 19 years. And then, a couple months later, lo and behold, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is on the list. So I played this in Nintendo Switch 2 in 4,000 resolution, and also some in handheld mode. So I have thoughts on both of those.
All right, very good. Again, like I said, I had played neither one of these games. I only played 2. Sadly enough, I could not get my supposed copy in the attic working, so I did have to go borrow my friend's Switch and play this game for a little bit of time. Yeah, I did not beat it, but I got a good chunk through it. I think about 8 hours or so into this game. So I had to do it the old-fashioned way, Chad, with the actual Nintendo hardware. But yeah, I've never played one. Yeah, what's up?
If the game wasn't working from your attic, why did you go get a new system to play it?
What do you mean?
If it was just a game, why wouldn't you just borrow your friend's game?
Oh, my copy was broken.
Yeah, somebody put he only had it physical, and somebody put chewing gum in the cartridge slot.
Yeah. And the cartridge slot then went into my Switch, which then messed up my Switch and my copy of Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
So, gotcha, officer. Again, I have not played the first one. I have no nostalgia for it whatsoever. I played this one. I mean, we'll get into... I'm really more interested to know the differences in these two. And I really want to talk about the score, because, again, I played this. I enjoyed it. It was very fun. It kind of... a little silly. I feel like Astrobot might have a lot of inspiration from this game. Maybe I'm out of pocket there.
There were definitely some, like, power-ups and things like that were a direct rip-off for Astrobot. Or we'll say inspiration.
Yeah. So this feels like the 3D platformers, like, favorite 3D platformer. But yeah, Chad, tell me. And also, this game is a 97 on Metacritic, which makes it one of the highest reviewed games of all time. And I'm not trying to be like, this game's garbage, but a 97? I like this game, but I'm like, one of the best games of all time?
The headline of my review of Super Mario Galaxy 2 4000 edition on Nintendo Switch 2 is, it's not as good as I expected it to be. It is fantastic. It's a great game, incredible platformer, but like, I feel like most people talk about that game like it's the best Super Mario like 3D platformer of all time. And as you said, 97 on Metacritic. I was like, this is great, but it doesn't feel like 97 on Metacritic to me.
Yeah, I thought it was because, again, I haven't played the first one, but reading a lot of it, it's like, it feels like a direct sequel in the way that it's like, oh yes, they very much just did Super Mario Galaxy again and maybe added Yoshi and did a couple other things. How do they compare from 1 to 2? Do you see a jump? Do you see why people were like, oh, 1 was good and 2's our favorite? Or is it...
Yeah,
again,
there are a couple
no
of
one's saying
things.
it's bad. It's just like, best game of all time, really.
There are a couple of, and I'm going to, again, not predate, but I'm going to like preface all of this by saying I loved this game. I thought it was amazing. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. But for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to talk about some differences and some things that were like janky or that I didn't like about it. The differences from 1 to 2, one of the big ones is the number 1 had a hub world. You're on this spaceship, and it's the observatory spaceship that Rosalina has, and you're like slowly unlocking rooms in her observatory. Each one has their own like set of galaxies that you can go to and travel to, and you're like opening that up and exploring it. It's like a much more reduced version of Peach's Castle in Super Mario 64. Like, it's much more contained, not nearly as like exciting, but it has personality. It has an identity, and you're helping that cosmic observatory reclaim a lot of power stars so that you can go far enough in the galaxy to track down Bowser and get Peach back. Number 2 doesn't have the observatory. It has instead some big fat purple star that you don't know or care about named Lubba, and they have a spaceship that is your head, and you're just puttering through the galaxy.
Pirate ship.
That's it. Yeah. Yep. And so the difference on this one is where each of the different kind of like biomes, not biomes, because that's one of my grievances about this. Each of the like different worlds was a different room in the observatory in number 1. These worlds it was just straight up it was a line. It was like you choose it from a map. Like, it wasn't even a creative like Super Mario Bros. 3 map. It was just, here are some nodes on a line. Sometimes they branch galaxy to galaxy to galaxy, and they were arbitrarily grouped World 1, World 2, World 3 for no reason. And so that was a letdown for me. It's like, this just seems like a Band-Aid, like throw this shit together, kit bash way of making Mario Galaxy again, because they had all these level ideas, but they didn't want to just reuse the observatory again. So that's one of the big differences. Another difference that I thought I was going to like, but then it turns out it wasn't what I wanted it to be, was the comet coins in this one. So in this game, there's a comet coin in the first star in every galaxy. And these comet coins unlock these challenge comets, challenge comet stars for different worlds. So you can do something a little bit harder, do something with 1 health point, or whatever it might be. In the first game, they seem to just show up randomly. And I was like, I don't know what triggers these things. I don't know if I want to do a challenge version of this, how do I make that appear? And there was no clear way to do that. This one, I was like, oh, you're collecting the challenge coins, and that will unlock these comets at these particular... And then no, it still was just fucking random. It doesn't matter how many of these comet coins that you get. It's just some point after you've got 40 or 50 stars, they'll just start showing up somewhere. And there's no like deterministic way to like, if I specifically want to do a challenge on this world. So that's another difference of that. And then Yoshi. Yoshi was the kind of big swing, hey, everyone, look at the brand new gameplay elements of this. And to be honest, he was underutilized in this game. I feel like we only got like maybe 4 or 5 worlds where you got to use Yoshi. So those are the biggest. Oh, and Luigi, fucking Luigi. That's another thing about there's like, occasionally you'll come across a level and it's like, hey, Luigi's out there, and if you find him, you can play as him. And you'll just start a level, and I'm like, hey, bro, what's up, bro? He said bro all the fucking time. And I dreaded finding Luigi at the beginning of a level because I didn't want to see him say bro all the time. He's like, hey, bro, you want to play as me, bro? You can play as Luigi. And there's a fucking no rhyme or reason as to why he's only in like 4 levels. He jumps a little bit higher, and he's like a little bit more slippery when he runs. But
he's a better brother,
he plays
of
identically.
course.
Yeah. And it's like, so it felt completely arbitrary why they chose those specific levels. Why not just unlock him for the whole game if you want? Or you beat it, and then you can go back and play all the levels as Luigi or something like that. It's like, it felt weird. And then, of course, after you beat every single level, after you beat the level with Luigi, it teleports you back to the ship, and you have to watch this, 15-second cutscene of him looking at the camera going, hey, bro, that was really fun, bro. Feel free to call me again whenever you need me, bro. And he's just doing that animation. I was like, fucking get out of here, Luigi. I did play as him at every opportunity just because it was like, oh, this is something new and unique to Galaxy 2. So I want to like see what it is. But yeah, I couldn't find any fucking reason. It just made no sense. Just, hey, put Yoshi in 6 levels. Put Luigi in 6 levels. I don't care which ones, but make it feel like he's only supposed to be there for certain reasons. So that was another big part of it.
Interesting. Yeah, I just looked up. They both have like very similar scores, like across Metacritic, OpenCritic, and all that. They're both like 97, 94. Depends on which one you're looking at. So yeah, they just reviewed. Yeah, that's interesting to hear the differences as well. It feels like the first one, based on what you're saying, is like a more traditional. I mean, it sounds more like Super Mario 64, honestly, like in the way that it's structured and like, just the structure, not obviously the gameplay or anything.
Yeah, Super Mario 64, I think, is just like so good. Like the Peach's Castle and like exploring it and jumping into paintings and finding those secrets and things like that that's a league of its own. This was just a skeleton of a thing to hold these planets in, but it was still like it had personality, and it was tied to a story and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was very shocked when it was the overworld map, and I was just like, oh, this is a 3D game, you just got an overworld map. That's cool. I mean, just like the 1, 2, whatever. But, again, that's nitpicky because I do think the game is good. I really do, and it's such a good gimmick to go into a small celestial body and it has its own gravity. Let me tell you, that's fun over and over again to just jump around, zoom over to that one, do all that. I really also like when you would randomly go into 2D when you were in the middle of a level. Like, I'm just trying to remember this one specifically where there's like water floating in space, and you're like zooming across to like these different little planetoids, and then you would like jump through blocks of water that are floating in space to like, but you're on a 2D plane, and then you come out and it's 3D again. It's like, okay, this feels cool. This is a weird, interesting little gimmick running around all these like dioramas with their own gravity, I did like that. That was unique, that's for sure.
And to have an entire second game based around just everything is gravity. How do we make gravity fun and interesting in all these different ways for an entire second game worth of levels, and it was successful in doing that? That's like really impressive. But there were a couple of times what's interesting about it, whenever you're like in a 3D world, but you're still walking on, like, gravity is different because the arrows are on the wall differently or something like that. So maybe you're walking on the ceiling. It did like make me a little, I don't know, I felt a little nauseous where I'm like, why? I'm running upside down, but normally I would expect like the camera to flip with me, but it didn't. And I was just like, oh, this hurts my brain. But
there's some like mini boss fights where you're like on a little asteroid or a little thing, and like they're going around it as you're trying to run from them, also run around it, and then try to hit. And I'm like, well, all right, I'm all right. Oh, got a little woozy for a second. I almost threw my friend's Switch into the ocean, but no, it was. Yeah, it can be a little bit, but I guess it's not awful because I was still able to play so much of it. Is this Cloud Mario a new thing? I'm also just looking at the Wikipedia.
Yeah, so that's usually from like game to game. Just like the power ups. Like, what are the new things? 3D World had Cat Mario. This one has Cloud Mario, the like rock boulder Mario. The Bumblebee made a return. That was new from Galaxy, and like made a return a couple times here. I liked the Cloud one. It was really nice to be able to create platforms out of thin air and like make your own way to get to an obstacle or get to a a destination or a star or something like that. That was fun to feel like you're breaking the game by like long jumping and then creating a cloud in somewhere where you feel like you're not supposed to be. Like that was really cool. I enjoyed that power. I hated the fucking rock. The rock that you have no control over stopping it, and it's so hard to control, especially on when you would run into like those stars where it's like defeat all of these enemies and under this time limit, and it was just like impossible to it was not impossible because I did it because I'm great, but it was like it took a few tries because it was just so difficult to control and you're just going around a planet. But yeah, that was fun.
Quick question, we talked about it at the top though. You said you did play, was it 1 and 2 on the Wii, or was it just one that you played on the Wii?
I played both of them on the Wii, and then this year I played both of them on the Switch too.
Okay, so as someone who's only played it on a Switch game, as a Switch game, is there any noticeable... Because again, the Wii was all about the gimmick of these are motion controls, and everything was built around the motion controls. And I never experienced that. So how did it work well? Do you think it would, if you went back to the Wii, it would be garbage controls compared to a normal controller? Like, what was the transition like for you as someone who's done both?
The design of the game, like, it was obviously designed for the Wiimote. I can't remember the controls. The Wiimote had far fewer buttons because it had just the back button was Z, it had A, and then it had... Actually, the back button might have been B.
I think the back button is B.
B was a smaller button right beside it or something like that. But it was like it was very few buttons weird on that controller. Yeah. So there are some things, I think, like the spin attack and like you get into a gravity star and shoot yourself. I think that was only capable with waggle. Like you had to shake the remote to do that. Whereas this one, you're like shake it with the Wii remote or with the what the fuck do you call these? Joy-Con. Shake the Joy-Con. Or you can press Y. And it was so they had like assigned a button prompt to it as well. The thing that I think works well and better on the Wii, works okay in the Switch in some scenarios, but really bad in some, is collecting the star bits. So you get control of the cursor and wherever you point it, if you point it over a star bit, then it sucks it up towards you. And that was really easy to do with a Wii remote because you're just pointing at the screen wherever you want it to go and collect. And when you have your Joy-Con separated and you're playing on the TV on Nintendo Switch, it has a similar thing. It's gyroscopic, so it's not necessarily relying on pointing at the TV. And so you can still like move it left and right, up and down, all those kinds of things, but it's still not like I'm pointing at it and getting it. So it's a similar feel, but where it really got annoying is when you're in handheld mode. And in handheld mode, in order to control that cursor, you are doing the gyro of your Switch. And it's different than gyro aiming, which I really enjoy. And the first time I did gyro aiming, that was like the 3DS with Ocarina of Time remake on there. And just shooting that bow and using gyro aiming to control that, amazing. But because these star bits are not what you're actually focused on or moving towards, and they're just shit to collect in the background, it's really difficult to like run and do this precise platforming while also shaking your Switch to collect things that you're not supposed to really be paying attention to. And I think that was not handled very well in handheld mode. So I played most of this on the TV because of that. And I also just like sitting with my hands in my lap and like Joy-Con separated, just vegging out. But yeah, aside from that, it translates pretty well. This is the first time, however, that it's been like on the Wii, it was standard definition and it was 4:3. So this was, widescreen and high def 4K on the Switch too. So that was a big difference.
Very cool. I like that you're so into... do you say you're a big Mario 3D platformer? You've played a lot of them? Played most of them?
I've played all of them but Sunshine.
Speaking of Sunshine.
Yeah.
This is a game show on a game show. Okay, a game show. Game. Chad, I have something fun for you. As we were going through, and again, I was looking at Metacritics and everything, I want to do a Mario 3D platformer ranking with you really quick.
All right.
And the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to say, is it better or worse? Is the way that I'm going to do it instead of actually making a full thing. So I was going to start with Sunshine because I know people have certain feelings about that one, but you have not played that one. So we're going to take Mario Galaxy 2, and I'm just going to pick another one at random, and you tell me if it's better or worse. Mario Galaxy 1.
This is what's so tough, is that I like them both. And I like the simplicity of I like Yoshi. I like the simplicity of the world map, but I just wish it had character and like anything to it versus like having to go to the different rooms in the observatory. Like that was a little bit laborious. I don't know. I'll say Galaxy 1 is better.
Okay, fair. Super Mario 3D World, which I believe is the Wii U release.
Is there a way I can put that at the very bottom of the list because he has a cat suit on and I hate cats?
Is that really it?
Yeah. Cats and games where cats talk. So especially when he goes, wahoo, boom, talking cat, get out of here.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know why Captain showed treasure trackers on this list. You said the what?
Worse. The game was good though, but worse.
Okay, good but worse. Odyssey.
Better.
You like Odyssey more, or you're saying Galaxy 2 is
I like
better?
Odyssey more.
Oh, wow. Okay. Super Mario 3D, that's just a re-release. You know, there actually hasn't been that many Super Mario 3D games. And the big one, Super Mario 64.
Worse.
This one's worse, or
Super Mario
64
64 is worse than
Galaxy 2?
whatever the last one was. Yeah, Galaxy 2.
Okay, interesting. So this is near your top, but not your tippy top.
Yeah. After playing this, it was now that it's been 16 years since Galaxy 2. Now that I've re-cemented what that game is in my brain, I really have an appreciation for Odyssey.
Oh, okay, very cool. If there's anything else, but before that, Joel, you don't have to turn your camera on. Are you even there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So, any interest in playing this game? I know there were some difficulties making time for it, but are you a Mario 3D guy? Do you care? Do you not? What's the deal?
I mean, I played half of Mario Odyssey. I don't know. I'm not a big 3D platforming kind of guy, so if I do play it, it probably won't be the whole thing. I do own it, Galaxy 1 and 2, because my wife loves the 3D Mario games, so someday maybe.
Yeah, these are just so weird games. I don't know how I would review a game like this, because it's like, yeah, this is fun and it feels good, but I'm like, I'm just running and jumping around, which is not bad, but like, I don't know. I think, one of
the letdowns I think of too, I love the boss battles.
Yeah.
I think the boss battles that aren't Bowser Jr. and Bowser are still really fun and creative, even in Mario 2, even though a lot of them are just like rehashes of Galaxy 1. But especially Bowser himself, those boss battles are so fucking boring. In this one, he's just like, he's giant. And that's his whole shit. At the very beginning, he's like, I'm giant now. I'm taking the princess. And he's just, all right, I'm giant. I'm going to spit some asteroids onto the ground. You wait for him to pop up.
See, I remember
you
the asteroid where you kick him. Yeah.
And it was like, that's all it was every single time that you face him. All three big battles. And so it didn't really feel epic or interesting. But I do feel like they were a little bit more fun in Galaxy 1.
Yeah. I think I want to play Galaxy 1. Because that's the thing. I like this game. I know people love this game. I liked it. I would like to play a better version of this game. So maybe I'll actually go and play 1. Because based on what you're saying, it's a little bit better. And I think there's more things in 1 that I like. Exploring and having a base and doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, this one was very much like, we have more levels and we're just going to give them to you on a menu. And it's like, yeah, they're good levels, but...
Yeah. 1 just has personality to it. And 2 just is like, here's the expansion pack.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, after watching the movie, I thought Yoshi was just like the biggest deal and the most important character in this game, but he let me down.
No, dude, he was there like 5 or 6 levels, right?
I remember maybe a year or two ago, we did, what's the one with Starry Night as the level? And it's the one level in the game, and they showed it off like, oh, we're going to have a lot of crazy things like this. And like, no, Starry Night is one level, and the rest of the game is a normal last Mario game. I forget which one that is, but...
What one was that? Was that 3D World? No,
I don't know.
What was that? It was the Wii U. It was Wii U Deluxe, right?
Yeah, it might be it. It wasn't Bowser's Fury or whatever. No, it might have been something else.
No, yeah.
Super Mario Wii? Or Super Mario U? Maybe?
New Super Mario Bros. U.
New Super Mario U. Yeah, same thing where it's like you've got like a cool design or a cool, gimmick or whatever, and it's just like, yeah, that we do it 2 or 3 times and then you're done, and then it's just more Mario levels, which isn't bad, but I don't know. How about this? This or Astrobot?
Astrobot. Oh yeah.
Oof.
Astrobot has like legit, like when I talk about having personality, like Astrobot has legit personality. Not only him, but all of the characters that he's interacting with. Whereas Mario is just like, wahoo, my princess is gone. I'm not even gonna cry. And then everyone that he interacts with is like, Mario, please save the princess. I'm Rosalina. I'm Lubba the Star. Blah, blah, blah. Whereas Astrobot's like, Astrobot, like the other little bots he's trying to save will like blow up and shit. Like, it's great. It's great. It's so much fun.
All right, you heard it here first. Chad hates Nintendo, loves PlayStation platformer. All right, is there anything else? I think that's it. We talked about the games. We determined that this game not as good as some others, but not bad though. We're not saying this game's garbage, or maybe we are. I don't know. Anything else, Chad?
No.
Okay, very
You
good.
have a voice actor trivia like Cozy used to do?
Yeah. Who made the grunts and groans? Oh, it looks here. It was Chris Pratt. They brought him into the studio to do some grunts and groans. That's all that we have here. No, I did my Game on Game show. That was my contribution to this episode. Very good. All right. Programming note: next month's BARF game, Backlog Conference with Respawn and Friends, will be Halo Infinite. Joel wanted to go back and play a game he hasn't played for a while and see how it's updated and how it's new. So we will go back and play some Halo Infinite now that I believe it's content complete.
We're specifically, are we playing the campaign, or I think we're just playing the multiplayer?
No, just live service aspect.
He wants to see how the game is a live service.
What is live service aspect? I have not played much of Halo Infinite's campaigns.
Anything multiplayer, which is free to play.
They had like public events and stuff like that happening on the map. And
I hope that Mountain Dew event is still going on. That was a good one.
That was like really 2 years ago.
Well, look, I haven't played in a while, I wouldn't know. But yeah, so we'll be doing Halo Infinite for the month of June. You can go to patreon.com/respawn-aim-fire and vote on our next month's BARF. After this, it will be Chad's game.
Yep.
Chad's turn, so we'll find out near the end of the month what he's going to decide we potentially play. But Halo Infinite is up next, so enjoy that. I think this is it, everybody. I don't know how to end these ones because these are not normal episodes. So, wahoo.